Welcome folks, trust you're all well and good. It's that time that we do a retro review, and this time we are going right back, very far. All the way in fact to the humble ZX Spectrum days.
Spectrum?
A system I have great memories of. And we are looking at this game this week. Now, this was by Ultimate Play the Game. Now, I have fond memories of this company back in the day. Honestly, they were absolutely amazing. I can remember the games they produced, Night Law, Alien 8, Tranz Am, you know, but this is one of their earlier titles. And to the point of, this was actually playable on the 16K as well as the 48K. So it was quite a basic sort of programmed game. So we're going to go and look at this. Look at the original magazine review of the day, which from this week we're looking at computer and video games review of it, and referring back to the magazine, looking at how they rated it and seeing if it lives up today, how I remember it. Because I have fond memories of this game, because it was an Ultimate Play the Game, and I do like Ultimate Play the Game games. So, does Tranz Am live up to my memories? And that makes it a hitter still, or is it a sitter? Has it not lived up at all? Now, before we jump into this, remember, this was a 16K Spectrum game, all right? So, obviously, the Spectrum was a very limited computer for the time, you know? And, of course, it only had packed 16K into this. So, we are going to go and look at some gameplay, you know, and then I'll read you the original magazine review, and then right at the end we will go through their opinion, their verdicts, their ratings, and I will give it my ratings today and see if it lives on in the memory and if it's a hitter or a sitter. Ultimate Play the Game, ZX Spectrum, Tranz Am. Tranz Am was released on the ZX Spectrum by Ultimate Play the Game in 1983 for a price of £5.50. This retro review is brought to you by Computer and Video Games from November 1983. Now, this issue would have set you back 85p. The year is 3472 and the once great Earth has been destroyed. All that exists is a barren land of sand, rocks and boulders. Life nowadays is ruled by cars. Gold is replaced by petrol, and your sole aim in life is the possession of the 8 golden cups of Ultimate. A more imaginative scene setter to a road race game is hard to find, and the program's not bad either. Tranz Am gets away from the standard screen layout of the car at the bottom of the screen and the road scrolling towards you. The car stays in the middle, and the whole screen scrolls in any direction. To control the vehicle, you use 2 keys to rotate yourself, just like good old asteroids. The screen acts as a window on the whole land, which is about 7 times the size of the displayed area in each direction. The area you are searching is therefore about 50 times the screen size. The idea is to tour the land, seeking and collecting the 8 trophies, which are positioned randomly for each game. There are also enemy cars which roam the area and must be avoided. You have 3 lives. The screen, which displays the road, is square, which leaves a column of spare TV space on the left. This is your indicator panel and shows the time, score, miles travelled, speed and the reduced view of the whole land on a radar. Control is quite easy and uses only 4 keys, 2 to rotate and 2 more as accelerator and brake. The game is also compatible with Kempston joysticks. You can pause the game if you wish. Although the speed indicator is labelled from 0 to 400 miles per hour, the car does not go too fast even in full speed. There are no gear controls. Tranz Am is by Ultimate and runs on any Spectrum. It is available from WH Smith and costs £5.50. I hope you guys enjoyed
reliving your memories of Tranz Am. Now, before we get into the magazine's ratings and what ratings I'll give it to this day, and see if it's a hitter or a sitter, let me have your memories of this. Did you own this? And also, any other Ultimate Play the Game games that you had at the time? Because, my God, they were awesome. What a games company they were. Gunfight was another great one, wasn't it? Oh, I've got great fond memories of them. So I will be reviewing a few more of these. Anyway, let's get to it. So, the first rating is getting started. Right, now, I assume by that they meant how easy the game was to get to grips with, whether you had to spend all your time reading a big, massive manual, whether you could just jump straight in and start playing the game for fun. Now, they gave it 8. And I have to say, I agree with that. I'll give it a solid 8 as well. Excuse me. The reason being, you can jump straight in. There's not a lot to learn, but, you know, it's playable right from the off. So, I agree with that 8, and I'm gonna match it. An 8 from me as well. Graphics. Now, they gave it 7, all right? Now, we have to be mindful. Yes, the graphics are very basic. Yes, they're, you know, it's not super de-duper. But we have to remember, this is a very old game. And it was packed onto the 16K. I only used 16K of RAM for this. So you have to keep that in mind. They gave it 7. Do you know what? I'm going to up it 1. I'm going to give it an 8. I think it done really well. And it is an Ultimate Play the game after all. So it can't all be that bad. So it's an 8 from me for the graphics. I really enjoyed revisiting this. So it's an 8. Next up, value. All right. Obviously, I think this was priced, if you bought this on cassette at the time, I think it was originally £5.95. Don't quote me, but I'm sure that was the price. Now, they gave it 8. The magazine gave it 8. I'm going to agree with that. I think 8 was good. Because you'd go and replay this. You know, it had replay value. You could put it on, just go back to it time and time again. It was a good little arcade game, actually. It was very, very well done. So, it's an 8 from me. Mate, I'm loving them 8s. Len Goodman wouldn't be too happy with me though, would he? Finally, playability. They gave it an 8. 8 from me as well, honestly. 8s all across the board. It's a classic little title, this, okay? And one I really enjoyed revisiting. Ultimate Play the Game, what a company, honestly. The Spectrum games they released were just pucker. They were really, really good. And like I said, all that was crammed onto 16K, so I'm not complaining about that. But anyway, just going back, before I sign off, as I always do, let's just take a good look back at how they used to package these games. I mean, there you go, look. That's the tape there, the front. And Ultimate Play the Game used to always put their little graphic on there. In this case, it was the car. Okay, so there's the cover, there's the back bit, and as you can see, look, that's how our games used to come, guys and girls. If you don't remember way back then, but I'm sure most of these viewers do, and that's how our instructions used to come. You know, I mean, later on, Ultimate Play the Game had the bigger box games, well, bigger than cassette. So cassettes were so big, and they used to be about so big, and then you get like a separate card in there. But no, fond memories with this, and like I say, it's an 8 throughout, so for me, it's still a hitter. It retains its goodness.
Only one winner, right?
So thank you for watching, guys. If you haven't done so, hit that subscribe button. Hey, I've been OGDuffy. You guys are awesome. Let me have your thoughts, comments, and all that good stuff. Laters.